Boy Scouts of America has a long-standing policy of discriminating against non-religious boys and their families, officially excluding atheists, agnostics, and other non-believers. The organization currently maintains that no member can grow to be the best kind of citizen without recognizing his obligation to God. Many secular groups have pushed back against this policy of exclusion recently, with the Freedom from Religion Foundation co-founder Annie Laurie Gaylor countering, "The Freedom from Religion Foundation maintains instead that no one who discriminates against the non-religious can grow to be the best kind of citizen." Robin E. Blumner, president for the Center of Inquiry, noted, "By excluding boys from non-religious families, the Boy Scouts of America is practicing the same kind of baseless prejudice it exhibited for so long against gay scouts. There is no doubt that young men can be honorable, diligent, wholesome, and represent the best that America has to offer while not subscribing to a religious faith. For the association to suggest otherwise is to perpetuate ugly stereotypes and open millions of boys up to exclusion and bullying." In opposition to the exclusionary policy, the Richard Dawkins Foundation for Reason and Science, in collaboration with the Freedom from Religion Foundation, is releasing its own version of a merit badge. Scouts who wish to earn the badge are asked to disprove the Boy Scouts of America's claim that non-believers cannot be good citizens. The requirements, paralleling those of a typical merit badge, ask the Scouts to learn about secularism and the rich history of dissent from religion. Because this unauthorized badge is intended to protest the Boy Scouts policy, it is expected that the Scouts won't be able to work with a typical merit badge counselor to demonstrate the completion of requirements. Instead, a parent, guardian, sibling over 18, teacher, or other adult will be asked to attest that the Scout has qualified. In addition, the Scout will be required to send in a short essay addressing the Boy Scouts of America's claim that non-believers can't be good citizens. The Scout will be charged no money for the badge. Gaylor said, "If any young person fulfills the requirements, we'd be delighted to reward them with this badge. Many non-religious students who might otherwise wish to join the Boy Scouts Association, knowing of its bigoted policy, don't try. This is their chance to be rewarded for critical thinking and earn a keepsake at the same time. We hope someday very soon that Boy Scouts of America itself will change policy and adopt its own official merit badge rewarding critical thinking." The Boy Scouts of America have not released a statement regarding the unofficial badge. Ostentatious prayer is perfectly legal in public schools as long as it involves only students, with no support from the school itself. Such unlawful support would include allowing one Robert Bruce, director of Evangelical Youth Ministry, to lead group prayers at lunchtime in the school cafeteria. In a video recorded by a student, this appears to be exactly what happened at Missouri's Hollister Middle School one day in February. The Freedom from Religion Foundation has received reports that adults had led lunchtime prayers several times in the preceding week, and Mr. Bruce has been allowed access to students in other nearby school districts. The FFRF has appealed to district officials to discontinue this First Amendment violation, referring to it as predatory behavior. Brian Wilson, superintendent of one of the offending districts, advised the FFRF that parents and other community leaders are allowed to have lunch with the children. Wanting to straddle the constitutional fence, Wilson first defended Mr. Bruce, indicating that the students had invited him to lead them in prayer, then added that Mr. Bruce has been admonished to adhere to all school policies and regulations. Wilson made no comment on the reports of other adults leading prayers. "It's not irony, it's just a surprise. But what a surprise! Catholic Bishop Declan Lang, overseer of the Clifton Diocese in Western England, has called on Christians to oppose the persecution of atheists. In an article posted to the diocese website, Lang shows his understanding that persecution isn't about the X in Xmas, but about imprisonment and floggings from civil authorities, about beatings and horrific murders by mobs and organized extremist groups. Lang enumerates various murders of prominent atheists in Bangladesh, 5 of which occurred during 2015 and were reported by the Infidel, whose names appeared on lists circulated by those with the intent to kill. Many of the victims had received death threats and had even asked authorities for assistance before they were murdered. While Lang's focus is primarily on atheists, he also mentions Yazidis in northern Iraq and Muslims in Southeast Asia. Says Lang, "Confronted with these injustices, we must not stand by. The oppression of atheists violates human rights and represents a degradation of the fundamental principle of religious freedom. He encourages Christians to express solidarity with those suffering the most appalling persecution, to promote freedom of religion or belief as a universal right. So far, no death threats against the bishop have been reported.